Hello and welcome, Red Devils United. We are back with another video and another edition of Red Devils Weekly. And in this edition, we'll talk about United's preseason tour of Asia and Australia. Before we move ahead, please subscribe to our channel. Please hit a like on our videos, spread the word with other Manchester United fans that you know, and press the bell icon to be notified of every new video that we put up. Now let's head into our discussion. And despite our troubles in the transfer market, one thing is for sure that United's future is bright. People like Angel Gomez, Mason Greenwood, Tahit Chong, James Garner, and Axel Tuanzebe, all of these guys have grabbed hold of the chances and performed at the big stage. Even though these are friendlies, games where, a lot of the teams are coming up to speed, preparing for the new season, still, let's not take nothing away from these academy youngsters. They've been training with the first team for a long time. They were out on tour previous year as well, but Mourinho did not play most of these youngsters. But this year, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has gone ahead with the youth. He's banged upon them, and that throws some light on the slogan that we came up with, youth, courage, action, when we signed Daniel James. But this is where our weakness lies as well. When the class of 92 came up, there were players like Roy Keane, Eric Cantona, Peter Schmeichel to take care of that youth, to nurture them, to provide the experience and consistency and leadership in crunch situations, where youth may fail to turn up. And that will happen this year as well. I mean, we cannot expect the likes of Scott McTominay, Andres Pereira, Mason Greenwood, to lead the line against our fierce rivals like Liverpool, Manchester City, or Chelsea. We can bank upon them in the Europa League, but come crunch time in the Premier League, we cannot expect them to provide all the goods. That's where the senior players need to take a step up. And this is where the senior players have found one thing. Where's Jesse Lingard? Where's Nemanja Matic? Where's Juan Mata? Paul Pogba did all he could, but I don't know if he'll stay with Manchester United. Another thing that we saw from these preseason friendlies was that Anthony Martial is ready to take on that number 9 role from Romelu Lukaku. Even though Solskjaer trusts Marcus Rashford to provide the goods in that role, but Marcus, he failed to provide the magic or the spark when he played in that position the first 2 games. Anthony Martial took hold of his chances and showed Solskjaer that that's the role that he prefers, and he'll have a prolific season. And for that to happen, we need to have someone creative in our midfield to support Anthony Martial. And that again throws, the light on the need of a superstar in our midfield or a player with potential and experience like Bruno Fernandes or Milinkovic Savic, something of that sort, who can play alongside Pogba, or even if Pogba goes, they can just, add that creativity that's so lacking in our midfield over the last few years. Another thing to take away from our preseason friendlies was that we found a superstar, a phenomenon at our right back, and that's Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I mean, even if you don't sign anybody in this transfer market, I'd be excited for sure to watch that guy play in the Premier League, and mark his stamp all over that right back position. So our future, it certainly looks bright, but it's our present that still looks really dark. We need signings, we need experience in that squad, we need players of the caliber of Bruno Fernandes, Milinkovic Savic, and Harry Maguire to provide the right amount of youth, experience, passion, something that we missed last season and something that we need now to challenge again for the titles that we so crave ever since Sir Alex Ferguson retired 6 years ago. And that's why we need some really, really good signings in these last 2 weeks of the transfer market, to salvage something out of this season and to ensure that Solskjaer at least gets a fair chance at this role as Manchester United's head coach. And now, To look at some of the signings and some of the players that we're being associated with, let's head on to Saga. Saga, it's all yours now.
So today we got news coming in from Sky Sports reporting that Juventus might be interested in Romelu Lukaku, and they are considering a possible swap deal for Paulo Dybala. And I don't know what you guys think about it. Let us know in the comment section below. But I personally would love this deal to go through. We are looking to offload Lukaku because he does not fit into what Solskjaer is trying to do next season. So I'm all about it. I'm all confident that we all can agree that we would like Paulo Dybala to be at this club rather than having Romelu Lukaku playing up front. Keep an eye out for that. We are pretty sure that we will be hearing something about Lukaku before the transfer window closes, or maybe because other leagues they have the transfer window open for I think till August 31st, so they have 3 more weeks and they can have a possible deal going through after August the 8th, which is officially when the transfer window closes in England. So keep an eye out regarding that. And also, there's reports coming out from Italy saying that Bruno Fernandes is all but done. He is going to have a medical pretty soon and he will be flying out to Manchester to have that. So the source we are talking about is dello Sport. I think it's an Italian source. They have been reporting linking Bruno Fernandes to Manchester United this whole summer, and they're saying that finally a deal has been agreed for 62 million pounds, and they have got the green light from Sporting Lisbon to allow the player to have a medical at Manchester. I'm not sure how much truth there is to this source, but I'm pretty sure that this deal is going to happen before the window closes. And also there have been reports that Arsenal have made a record breaking bid of 72 million pounds for Nicolas Pepe, and Lille have agreed to the deal. So it's coming out from Fabrizio Di Romano, who has been very reliant in terms of getting news out with done deals and everything. So we were also linked with Nicolas Pepe, but I think it was just a ploy from his agent to get his price bumped up. And I believe he was touted to be around 70 million, but Arsenal had to put in a bid of 72 million. I believe that was all uh, about linking him to Manchester United and getting those extra 2 million pounds into for the player. That's good for Arsenal that they are doing these high profile deals and getting those players in. I just fear that it before the transfer window closes, we complete some deals as well. Otherwise, it would be really hard for us to compete with maybe the top five teams of the Premier League, and we would again be stuck at the sixth position because Arsenal seem to be doing some good business as well. And so there has also been links to Sergio Milinkovic Savic, and most of the Italian reports claim that the deal is pretty close to be done. It's about 90 million pounds, and I always had seen Sergio Milinkovic Savic as a possible replacement for Pogba rather than having him play alongside him. But I'm not sure what the thinking behind this is or how much truth there is to these rumors. But I would like Milinkovic Savic at the club. I would definitely have him play at the midfield because he brings in something different. And on Twitter, most of the United fans had been saying that he's pretty similar to Matic, what we have in Matic, but I completely disagree because he's much faster than Matic. He moves the ball faster. He is defensively very good. He gets into the box and makes things happen. So he is not similar to Matic, and that is some player we can have at Manchester United playing at the midfield. So those are some of the rumors. We have been reports coming out linking to Manchester United, and I believe that this is going to continue over the next week as well. So please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to the channel so that you can be updated regarding all the content we put out, and make sure to be on the lookout for new content coming out from the channel pretty soon. Thank you very much. Have a great day.